Hi, welcome to my channel, Free Range Cottage. If this is your first time here, my name is Tanya, and we've been doing a kitchen remodel, all DIY, all on a really tight budget. So I wanted to give you an update today because one, I actually put makeup on because we're going to go run some errands, and two, because the kitchen is clean-ish, and so it's a good time, and I've been really wanting to show you some of our progress, and progress is good, right? So the first thing that we did, I'm going to start from the ceiling. We had debated whether we were going to be able to raise this ceiling. It's only a little over 7 feet, which I can't imagine was code even back in 1980. But we were going to try to raise it even though we have a second story above us because we have normal height ceilings in the rest of the house. But once we tore all the drywall down, we found out that there was a big duct, heating, cooling duct going sort of diagonally into the kitchen, and to get it raised and changed and refabricated and everything was going to be thousands of dollars. So we just closed it back up with shiplap. And I'm really loving the farmhouse look of it. It's still a lower ceiling, and we still need to finish up our trim and paint it and putty it, but it's really got a farmhouse feel to it, and I'm really, the height doesn't bother me as much. The next thing we did was I think you remember on, if you've seen the other videos, you'll remember that we had torn down cabinets, and I'll link that video in the end, and I'll also link, we did our IKEA cabinet, or IKEA island rather. We did sort of an IKEA hack on that island, and if you want to see that more detailed of what we did with that, then I will link that at the end so you can take a look. What we did was we pulled down cabinets and we put subway tile, and that was one of my really must-haves. I really love it. We did a light gray. Let me see if I can show you the light gray grout in that. And we added a lot of lighting. If you have an older house, you know lighting is usually a problem. So we added 5 of these farmhouse lights, and I just love them. I actually gave up a shelf to have the lighting. And we put some daylight, sort of thin, recessed puck light kind of things in the ceiling, and that has really added a lot of daylight. This is our only upper cabinet, and you can see they still need painting. We're working on that soon, this week coming up. But then we also put in new countertops, which we kind of weren't planning on. We were actually going to do a concrete countertop, but just with the skim coat. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but we had done that on another project earlier and really liked it, but we were having a lot of trouble. It was over some granite tiles that we had before, and it was cracking and causing us lots of problems. So we went to Plan B there and did these countertops, and I really love them. We used a dark tung oil on them. They're from Home Depot, just right off the rack, and Rob cut them and installed them, and I've really been happy with them. We still have a little sanding to do and more of the tung oil. You guys, I'm obsessed with this dark tung oil. Now, if you're looking for a quartz perfect finish, they might not be for you, but I love a patina look. I love a farmhouse look, and these don't seem to scratch up. Of course, we're not cutting right on them or anything, but they don't seem to get a lot of scratching or rings on them or anything, and we're not ones to like wipe up things real quick. This kitchen gets hard use by 3 cooks here, and then sometimes my older kids come over and even do more cooking. So they're really holding up beautifully. You can see we still have a lot of cabinet work to do. We did decide to keep our old cabinets around the perimeter here because they are solid wood. The budget constraints, you know, we just decided to keep it really budget friendly. We would just reuse those, even though it's a little bit sort of off center where the stove is at. If I would have had new cabinets, I would have centered that more. Let me see if I can show you. I think with the new finishes and everything, and I'm going to offset on the left with a little bit of artwork or something, I think I'll be totally happy with it.
This is one new cabinet that we did buy, was this one here, and that we picked up at Home Depot, and just it had the same front finish on it, and so we just kind of tied that in for some more storage. One thing I want to point out here, you can see we put shiplap on the sides of the cabinets just like we did our IKEA hack, and this one's not painted yet, so you can really see what's going on here. There's sort of a beveled edge, and this is just, again, off the shelf. Is it from Lowe's or Home Depot, Rob? This shiplap.
Home Depot.
This one is Home Depot. The ceiling one is Lowe's. But you can see we took our old cabinets, they're solid wood, and put the shiplap on the side. And so they look really custom, and they give that sort of modern farmhouse feel. I just love them. And you can see on the side here with the wood hood, which was really on my wish list. We brought in a new hood. It used to be a microwave above the stove here, and it was horrible. It was really low because of the ceiling, and there was a little scrawny cabinet above it. And so we have gotten rid of all of that, and we're reusing all of our stainless appliances that we had already. I'm not the biggest fan of stainless. I feel like you could clean it 4 times a day and it would still look terrible. But it just wasn't in the budget to buy all new ones, and of course the ones I want are the really high-end amazing white ones like the Smeg refrigerator and stuff. So we're waiting on that, but I'm really not minding the way they look now. They don't bother me as much. It's funny because the further we get along, the things that bothered me before are not bothering me as much because there's a lot of pretty things to distract me, I guess. Anyway, this stainless, let me see if I can show you. It is a stainless hood, and we've been really happy with it, and we will try to link to everything that we can. Probably when I do a reveal and I do a blog post, that'll even have more links, but if you have a question about something, let me know. So we put up the stainless hood, and then he built a frame around it and used that same shiplap that's on the side of the cabinets. So it's really gonna have a custom look and tie in with the cabinets really well. And you can see there still needs to be some little bit of sanding and painting. I'm gonna go ahead and paint that out white just because of that off-center issue. It'll just kind of blend in, and it'll just mostly be a texture kind of thing. Oh, we did install a new sink. I had a farmhouse sink from IKEA that I really wanted to install, but with these old cabinets and the sink being in the corner, it was a real issue. So I've really been happy with this stainless sink under mount, which is just beautiful to me. And it's so deep, it's like a wash tub. I mean, everything fits beautifully in there. We got a new faucet that we're really happy with, and I think it just works for a modern farmhouse style. The open shelving, I love. I'm still playing around with styling it, but I love my white dishes, my white Fiesta ware on there, and my vintage ironstone pieces that I pick up here and there. And even the refrigerator on top is got some pretty storage up there now. I'm sure that'll probably be changing out here and there, but there's just a lot of painting details, finishing trim that needs to happen, painting the ceiling. But it is functioning beautifully, and it was all on a really tight budget, you guys, and we'll try to break that down in a future video. We've got a little coffee station, and it's just such an enjoyable kitchen to be in, and so much easier to clean up. Like I said, it's clean. I'll tell you, going through a DIY kitchen, it's challenging, and especially during this time with, you know, basically the whole country shut down. But we've just been pushing through and getting some projects done, and it's just really been rewarding. So I hope you'll consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. DIY, home decor, thrifting, gardening, all things home. And I just really appreciate you visiting with me today. And let me know if you have any questions, and let me know what your favorite part of the kitchen is so far. So we will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.